Hello farmers and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, and we are starting on the map Dark Forest, although it doesn't really seem to be that dark, but there's a lot of forest. A lot of forest, so you can pretty much guess what we might be doing there. Also, maybe by the title, I think maybe some already figured out as well, a little fishing. It may sound kind of weird, but if you don't know, it'll become kind of obvious. Later on I'll show you, but I mean it's not actual fishing, but we will get into that. So hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday. It's been a couple days since I've streamed, been rather busy the last couple of days. I spent all day Tuesday recording 4 episodes, and then yesterday I spent time trying to figure out what we'll be doing in the live streams for Farming Simulator 25 for a little while. And yeah, I kind of went this route here. So we will see what trouble we get into. Hello, John, Brian, Double Shot, Formidable. Welcome. Missing a few names there, I'm sure. But I haven't picked up everyone there that's in chat. Brian with a $2 donation. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Very kind of you. Yeah, so we are starting with 0 money, but we are gonna fix that in just a little bit. So everything, the one thing I did not check is on my settings. What is turned on here? That should be at 10 minutes. Traffic on, don't have to worry about that. Seasonal growth, yeah, that's looking good. Crop destruction is on. Periodic plowing should be on. Field stones, I want that off. And I think everything else is where it should be. AI workers off, meaning buying. Maintenance, and yes, you may see down here we got the enhanced loan system as well. Hello, Crystal, welcome. So, yeah, the enhanced loan system, I did use that in FS22, and we're going to be using it here for the first time in 25 on Dark Forest. So, I was trying to figure out how I wanted to start this, and of course, yeah, we're going to be starting with 0. So how do I get myself money? Because on the enhanced loan system, if I want to take a loan out because I have 0 money, I own absolutely nothing. I can't borrow nothing because it goes based on what your farm value is, and we have nothing. So the way we get around this is we are going to add money to our account, but this will all make sense in just a moment. So right now I'm just going to add a whole bunch of cash here. Don't worry about it. It's not all staying there. We're not starting with 10 million. That'd be ridiculous. Hello, Clemenza. Welcome as well. Yeah, so I'm just giving myself 10 million so I can take out a loan. And now I can take out a loan of, I think it's just 500,000 ought to do it. And if I pay it back within 5 years, that's a monthly payment of 10,000 a month. Yeah, I think we should be able to do 10,000 a month. Boy, do I want to start with more than a $500,000? All right, we're going to start with a $500,000 loan. All right, so now what I do is I go back into Power Tools and go to where it says Add Money, and then I want my money to equal the amount of loan that I took out, and that should be 500,000. There we go. So we are starting with 500,000. Fingers crossed that is enough. Hello, Gabby. Welcome. Yeah, so we start off with a $500,000. So if you don't know the map, and probably most don't, but I mean, it's called Dark Forest. So yeah, there's the map. It's forest everywhere. But there are 2 fields over here. There are 2 fields, and this is where we're going to be starting. Unfortunately, one field is sugar beet, which I could care less on, and the other field is barley. I'm guessing that's probably in August. Is that harvested or yeah, it's been harvested. That's fine. So we do need to start with some land because that's always very key, isn't it? So we're going to start with this land over here, 140,000. Let's go ahead and buy that. That is where the starting farm would be, and I had to come over here yesterday when I was checking out this map. I had to go to the starting farm and sell some stuff over here to get the map set up. So there we go. We got ourselves some starting land, which is great. So we got 359,000. Well, we need ourselves a tractor and a chainsaw. Yeah, chainsaw. chainsaw. And you know me, I always go for the steel. So that's $1,000. And for a starting tractor, I found these on the Mod Hub yesterday. It's the Fendt favorite. I do want to go with... I don't know what color that is. Oh, it doesn't show me the color. Actually, I want the 900. Because that's a manual, and I don't want the manual. This one might be manual as well. We're going to bump this up to a 260 horse. Give myself some BKT tires. And we're going to go with some beefy wheels on it. Nice and beefy. Wheel weights, I say no. Beacons, yes. GPS, I don't think I really need it, but I think it'll look more fitting for it up there because I'll probably be using it some point. Exhaust. Flap exhaust? Flap exhaust with flap flip. I think we'll go with that. Fender back. Do I want the short or the long? I'll go with the long. License plate, don't care. Exhaust grid. I don't like the stainless too much. Warning signs, don't think we need it. Reflectors. Front PTO, I can change that in the future. Let's go with this Fendt color right here. And we'll do the same. Oh, actually, we'll do Fendt gray for that. There we go. I think that's good. And anything else. So that's going to bring us up to 100,140 for our first tractor. Let's go ahead and buy that outright. There we go. Okay, I got 258,000. Okay, this is looking all right. Next thing I do need, because yeah, we're going to be starting off with some tree work, is I got to go down to the forestry. Forestry. Where's the forestry? There we go. Get ourselves a winch. And, yep. The good old cheap winch. Nothing like a cheap winch. And I think that is all we need to start with. Where's our starting equipment? Over here. Alright, so I spent half of our money. But overall, this is not too bad. We're on automatic engine start. We don't want automatic engine start. Why is that on? Where would that be under? Crop growth vehicle, automatic engine start off. Thank you very much. There we go. Ooh, this vent does sound pretty good. Alright, first time I've actually driven on the map now, so let's go up to the plot that we bought. So there is, I do believe there is a sawmill on the map. I'm not going to be using that one. There is actually a furniture store, there's a Cooper, and of course there is a sawmill also. But the sawmill is at, I think, the opposite end of the map of where we're starting at. So we're going to be putting down our own sawmill. And it's not going to be the one that I used either on Fresh Stocks. So this is where the starting farm would be. Like I said, when I figured out it was going to be on this map, if you start from scratch, there's a silo, 2 barns, and a chicken coop, and the farmhouse that are still here. You can buy the land and then sell everything that's on it. So that's what I did here. So that's why we're starting with nothing. To get to our fields, just need to come on down through here. Now, one field of sugar beet, want nothing to do with that, but we'll take care of that. We'll plow it on up, and we will get set for planting in the upcoming months. This is Dark Forest. So here is the field of sugar beet. What was that noise? That was a weird sound. That's a tractor making that sound? Alright. So yeah, field of sugar beet. We'll probably plow this up. Looks like it's been fertilized once. Doesn't need lime or anything, so that's good. I'm not sure I like the sound of the tractor every time you come to a halt, but I'm not sure about that. This field does require... Oh, it needs plowing and needs lime. Well, plowing, not that big of a deal. And some lime. So, yeah, this field has no crop in it, and the sugar beet we don't want either, so not harvesting any crop in the first season. I'm going to put myself down a house as well. When I say a house, I think you know what house I'm going for. It's the hobo hut. Because we are gonna construct our farmhouse on this map because we got wood, and of course we're gonna have ourselves a sawmill. So why not construct ourselves a house? I thought about building my own sheds, but I just cannot get myself to like the constructible sheds that Giants have made for us. I don't like them at all. Let's see, the entryway's there, so I think the best place to put the sawmill is probably right here, because that's going to be the first thing. And the farmer's market, I do believe the farmer's market is where we can sell that stuff. Let me just double check, because I looked at a few maps yesterday. I want to make sure I'm looking at this correctly. Yes, farmer's market is where we can sell that kind of stuff. So let's go in here to constructibles, and let's put down a few buildings, shall we? One is the sawmill. So this is by the Lort. It's called the small sawmill. It's only 10 grand, but I think the recipe and cycles are the same as a large sawmill. I do believe this is the same sawmill-ish that I used in 22 on the Mythical Woods, which was my last Let's Play. So yeah, we're gonna put this just plop it down right there. That's good. Also, like I said, we're going to do a few more things here. Where do you want to put your hobo hut? I mean, it's not going to be a long-term hobo hut, so just plop it down somewhere. Why not put the hobo hut just right next across from your sawmill, because that is what you're going to be looking at quite often. You know what? Let's go with a tent, because I always use a hobo hut. But since it's not going to be a long-term... Well, I say it's not going to be a long-term. It's whenever we get our house built. So for now, it's a tent, like I use on fresh stocks. We can always upgrade later on. Alright, so we got 240,000, so that's not too bad. Alright, so... next thing is greenhouses. Farmer G's greenhouse is what we're going to be using. So, yep. Let's skip on down, see if I can find his greenhouses. Wait, where are the greenhouses? You got to go into greenhouses. That usually helps. I think not that one. This one. Where do you want to put this one? Well, if you're going to be doing it, do they spawn? They must spawn on that side, right? So that's what I'm going to do. I can always move this later on, but for now we're just going to get ourselves a greenhouse. Can't be spending all my money right off, so plop that down. Alright, so we got ourselves a sawmill, we got ourselves a greenhouse. What exactly is... I didn't really look at the recipes and the rates. So I'll probably just be growing lettuce in here. So manure and water. Well, I'm just going to be putting water in here. So probably just be doing it with that. If I get manure, I don't know if I'll have animals on this series or not. We'll have to wait and see. But Farmer G's greenhouse right there. Don't like the small sawmill. I have found that the production rate is extremely slow. Well, there's a few small sawmills on the mod hub, and this one, when we say it's, that's where we drop it off. This is where you got to come over here. Here, there we go. I do believe it's the same rate as the large sawmill. So if you built like the large sawmill for like 250,000 or whatever the large sawmill is, it's all the same rates, but the production building is a lot cheaper. It's only worth 10,000, and plus the wood chips go in here. I thought about using the one I use on fresh stocks, but I also didn't want to get too crazy on how much it produces. What about Sam? If you're asking about Sam, Sam will come here. Sam won't be here today, but Sam will be here eventually. Sam is still running around Riverview chasing up the squirrels and rounding up the cattle. Have you the underground water mod? No, I don't have the underground water mod. We got water all around us. So I haven't tested if I can get water from the pond over there, but hopefully we will be able to. Yeah, so if we look at the rate here for like just making planks, if I just go on planks, it's 416 wood for 275. But this one here is a 416 for 410. So yeah, it's a little bit slower, but I mean, I'm not too worried about that at all. The sawmills are here to help us out, but they're not the main attraction of what we're going to be doing here. At least I don't think. But we shall see moving forward. Let me go over to the other side, because I do want to buy some more land, I hope. Can you feed chickens barley? That is, I mean, yeah, if you're not using a modded chicken pen that has different recipes, yes, barley is what most people will feed their chickens. So we got ourselves a pond over here, but I don't own this property. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong one. I want to buy this lot. This lot is only, ooh, it's 99,000. All right, so now I do own this property over here as well. So as I said, something fishy going on in the woods. So now that we own this pond, you may be thinking to yourself, why would you buy a pond? Very good question. So there are a couple of mods we're going to be using on this series. If I go to construction and if I go to factories, there are a couple things we will be doing, and one of them I think I can do right away. I'm looking for... Oh, fish farming. There we go. Fish farming. So yeah, fish farming. This here, as you would imagine, well, we'll be raising fish. And I got to feed them corn, wheat, and mineral feed. Well, none of that stuff we have, so no need to put this down right away. But the other thing we can put down is this right here, which is a crawfish production. And that was going to go nicely over here. Just going to find... Let's see, where do I want to put it here? Probably over here wouldn't be too bad. But I think I'm going to cut out some trees to begin with. So that's only 25,000 to put down. So, in the mod description... the mod description says put by your rice fields. In the mod description, I mean, yeah, it looks good. And if you want to do it kind of like more realistically, yes, you want a pond or something. But really, you can put this mod down anywhere. It doesn't even have to be near water or anything like that. So don't worry about the crawfish not having water to go to get crawfish out of there. Unless the mod author has updated it, I had this sawmill placed loaded with wood and wood chips spawned in crates. Well, then it's probably not the same mod because ours... wrong one here. This one here... I can't visit my own small sawmill. I can visit this. The wood chips go in here. Yeah, the rate is not the greatest, but it's cheap. That's the only reason why I went with it. So I'm not too concerned about the rate. Anyways, I need to... So I need to create a road going in here, which is not going to be too difficult. Again, I'm just trying to figure out... Where do I want to put down? Yeah, I think right through here. So let's start cutting down some trees. Then we'll create a road in here. Why is it cut that high up off the ground? Alright, I guess I'm cutting that high off the ground. Am I going to build a lakeside house? Probably not. I don't know yet. We'll figure out where to put it down later on. My main goal right now, because we just got here, is start producing some lumber into planks and such. Get the money rolling on in, get the greenhouse going. And of course, the wonderful part is we're going to have stumps everywhere. Alrighty. Yeah, plus the trees are not that close, so either drag one at a time or try to find a way to get them all bound up together. Oh, wrong button. That button there. Alright, let's get that production up and going. Wow, a lot of wood went into that one. Do I just want to do planks or long planks? I think wood beams is the one I said before. Like on fresh stocks, I do believe wood beams is the best one to go for. And don't worry, it's not going to be all forestry work today. We're going to get, we got those 2 fields to take care of. They need to be plowed, so that's probably going to be the first thing I get to. But right now, I just want to create a little bit of a road going down here to the pond, so we can get the crawfish thing go up and going. But now with the enhanced loan, so if you're unfamiliar with the enhanced loan system, unlike the base game, if you don't make no payments towards your loan that you take in the base game, it just takes the money for the interest on the loan at midnight. The enhanced loan system will take the loan interest along with a monthly payment. So, I keep going to the wrong button. So even though you may not physically go in and pay off some of the loan if you don't want to, at midnight you are paying off the loan as you go. And as you saw, I took the loan out for 5 years. See if I can get these 2 trees actually together. Not if you drive up on it. I do like the way this Fendt favorite sounds. So as for also having a small farmer's kiosk to sell things at, we'll see how that goes money-wise. Yes, I know you get a 20% bonus from selling there. I forgot what key is to add. Oh, attach another tree is R. There we go. Crawfish isn't worth much cash. It's not always about the cash. It's about just doing things differently and having different things to try out. Because if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, at least for me, it just gets boring. So trying out new productions and kind of role-playing a little bit, that's where the fun can come in. Now the other thing that kind of, I remember on the Mythical Woods in 22, the spawn point is not that large either for the productions. So, yeah. But again, the sawmill isn't supposed to be the main attraction here. It is mostly doing the fishy stuff and just do some farming, build some stuff. I don't really have any extended goals for here. It's not like Fresh Stocks, which was, you know, raising all the pigs and all that. Or on Riverbend, creating everything, building everything. Here it's just, you know, we'll do some forestry work, cut down some trees, and raise some fish. Oh, I got another tree here. How did I not see you? I will get rid of this stump here, because that's rather large. I probably should be doing it with a chainsaw anyways, to get rid of these stumps. Which now, because, yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to find these suckers after the fact. Oh, there's one. Let's get the other tree out of there, and then we'll create ourselves a road. Rather bumpy going through the woods, as you would expect. And if we do rather well for ourselves and really want to get the sawmills up and going, as we earn ourselves some money, we can always look into maybe getting ourselves a tree harvester and a universal loading logging trailer and just really pack the sawmills up pretty darn good. Alright, so for now I'm going to drop off our winch. So as I was mentioning earlier, the advanced loan system basically goes off of what your farm is worth and gives you a percentage of what you can borrow off what the farm's worth. So I can always take out another loan, but I'm guessing right now I probably won't because the farm is not worth a darn thing. Construction. And you know me, dirt gravel is what I'm going to go with. Let's go down to about here-ish. Actually, I want to get rid of that, was it? Oh, we'll get rid of that tree. There we go. I just want to clean that up a little bit. All right, now let's go to productions. Maybe you should live out the ground here a little bit. That's probably a wise thing to do. Now we'll smooth it out on the edges. So it's not too bad. That's where you drop off and that's where you pick up, I think. We'll just put it down like that for now. I could always move it. I got the mod that allows me to move productions. Or anything for that matter. Go back to sculpting. Let me smooth this out a little bit better than that. Bring this back a little bit more. There we go. All right, crawfish. And a stump. Alrighty. So I need to put in broad stock, but I gotta buy that. It takes 5,000 liters. Alright, so 5,000 liters. What's the ratio? Does it say what the ratio is? 10 for 40. Broad stock. I'm not sure where I'm gonna find that. It's gonna be under pallets, maybe? Oh, there we go. Crawfish broad stock. And I get 1,000. I need 5 of those? Oh, can only buy one at a time? Two. 3, 4, 5. Alright, should have 5 of them. Alright, let's get back on down to the store. Hello, Jan. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're having a good Thursday. There's those 5 pallets. Next thing I need, though, is... Oh, I did not see how much Farmer G's greenhouses take for water. Water, 80,000. Well, I think that means we're just going to grab Omatana's TARDIS tanker. Do I want it blue? What does yellow look like? That might be a little bit too bright. Can we tone down the yellow? That'll be fine. Oh, no more capacity? No, we want the extra large stuff. Also, while I'm here, boy, the money's going down quick. Yes, the subsoiler, aka plow. We know which plow we're going for. Yep, this one right here. I'm going to go with this a 9-meter one because our tractor isn't that big and the fields aren't that big. Red or, I don't know, New Holland color. That'd be kind of interesting. Kind of an interesting color to go with. That's 19,000. We're going to buy that. All right, down to 32,000. Now, of course, with only 2 fields on the map, as you can imagine, well, there isn't much for contract work. Looks like one of the Jaws barrels. True, it does. So now I gotta figure out where exactly do I want to start clear cutting to maybe make myself another field somewhere. Didn't really give yourself enough room to come down here and turn around, but can fill up with water though. How much wood does a small sawmill take? 100,000 liters? Alright, so it's not... I mean, these trees are not giving us that much wood. At least 100,000 is not too much. But right now, I'm just trying to get it to where we can, you know, get the greenhouses up and running, sawmill up and running. So that way we got something, we'll have money coming in. Now, originally I thought with $500,000, and I did quick calculations, and my calculations are off quite a bit. $500,000, I'm down to 32,000. I was going to get myself a telehandler to load the pallets up, but telehandler's not 32,000. And also I need a trailer to transport said material. Let me go into here, and yes, lettuce. And we're just going to go ahead and activate that. And that should be on storing. See, we're done with the water tanker. See, I put the time skid about ×5, I think. Left that ×1 when I was setting up the map. So, sugar beet. Yeah, sugar beet. We don't want sugar beet. Of all crops that the game gave me, sugar beet. So, with getting some fish productions down, corn and wheat are what we're going to need. So wheat will need to be planted, I would assume on this map is going to be the same as the base game stuff. But it should be planted next month or the month after. Yeah. Am I getting a stage of fertilization with that by plowing in sugar beet? Is that acting like a cover crop when you do that? Yes, it is. I'm getting a stage of fertilization by plowing in the sugar beet. Yeah, definitely not worth even renting anything to harvest the sugar beet with and to sell it to get the money out of it. the cost of renting anything for harvesting sugar beet and the hassle I have to go through to harvest it, definitely not worth it. Crawfish are just tiny lobsters. That's basically what they are. They are good eating, though. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to have to... I mean, I only got 32,000 left. I might as well go ahead and spend it now. How much is that trailer? 20,500. Do I want to raise that up so I can carry more? I can always adjust it later on. I'll go with the BKT tires, because why not? An auto load should be on. Yep, that's good. All right, buy that so I can see where my money situation's at, which is after loaning $500,000, we got 12 grand. So basically, lettuce and the wood beams are going to be sold just about every month. Because, I mean, if I'm going to have to lease equipment for a while until we really start bringing in some cash. And yeah, we may end up having, depending on what the sawmill actually does for us overnight, which I think it's going to be okay, along with the lettuce, of course. The crawfish, I have no way. I did not test the crawfish or the fish productions. I just figured it'd be fun just to kind of do something fishy for this series. I don't know what the production rate and all that, how well it's going to pay overall. I don't know. But I just thought it'd be fun to do. But if it doesn't bring enough cash, we could always put down another sawmill because we got plenty of wood around here. I forgot, did this one need lime? Lime and plowing. Wait a minute. I just realized I don't own this field. This is owned by Walter? Wait, what? I thought I bought this. Oh, did not notice that when I was looking at the map before. So I bought this land, which comes with field 1, but for some reason, it does not come with field number 2. How much is that? Oh, it's only $3,396? Yeah, okay. Okay, now I own it. Alright, that's kind of weird. I mean, that is rather cheap anyways. So now I'm down to $8,670 in my bank account. And yeah, my monthly payment, how much is my monthly payment? So right now, it's $9,228. So I don't have enough money to cover my monthly payment. Hello, Dactyl. If it smells fishy, you're going to have a lot of cats on the farm. Well, cats are good to have on the farm because they keep all the rodents away. So yeah, we are going to build ourselves a farmhouse, but it's going to be a while before I actually want to do that. Until we get some... I mean, I've been here 5 minutes, but I need to get financially kind of stable on the farm. And of course, you know, they're going to require planks and all that kind of stuff at the farmhouse to build it. But right now, I need to be selling that stuff. Yeah, actually get to that other field. Yeah, I think I need to cut down trees here to get to our other field that we just bought. I'm going to need a pathway to get to there because right now the only way to get to the field to our left is actually drive through this one. So, yeah, we're going to have to cut down some trees, which is not a problem. It gives ourselves an access road to the second field. So, yeah, 2 fields as you can see. And as I said, we need to plant corn and wheat for the fish farm. And I have no idea how much it needs to go through in a year. So we'll just plant 1 field of wheat this fall. And the other field of corn in the springtime. I also am hoping that next week at this time, precision farming should be out by giants. Fingers crossed I can convert this map over to precision farming. So yeah, you probably saw, if you did show up late, and you may not have seen when I first got here, we are in hard economy. Everything's the same as it's been on the rest of the map. Everything is turned on. The only thing I turned off is fieldstone. We're using the advanced loan system mod. And yeah, we're starting rather cheap on the loan here. Starting off with just a $500,000 loan, and we started with nothing. And, yep, that $500,000 is pretty much gone at this point. But I do believe we got a good starting basis here. I am thinking, though, maybe the small farmer's kiosk is something I should put down to sell the lettuce at. That way we're not struggling too much at the beginning, because I can't do contracts now. Well, actually, there probably would be contracts. Probably dead wood contracts. Yeah, wood transport and dead wood contracts are just about it. So it might be a map I do 0 contracts on, which some of you will be happy about that. I'm guessing this field here might be the wheat field. And I'm just saying that because the other field needs lime, and I guess all depends on how much we make for lumber and lettuce overnight. No, I'm not creating one big field. Big fields are not good for solo play streaming, just because I'd be working in one field for... I mean, if I just had one field that took up the entire map, I could be harvesting in that one field forever. And to keep it entertaining, people want to see you move from one job to another. I mean, just say I started the stream today and say, well, okay, let's start harvesting the one field. Stream for 4 hours and be like, all right, I'll be back tomorrow to keep on harvesting the same field. Don't really have any set goals for this series as of right now, but we're just trying to basically run a fish farm is kind of what we're going to be doing. At least that's the starting point. Run a fish farm. So I need corn, I need wheat. I need money. I think after this, I'll cut down the trees and kind of make a road going to the second field. I didn't go with a bigger plow. This tractor seems to be... I think this plow's working with is the right size for the horsepower that we have. Yeah, and this is going to be our workhorse at the beginning because it's the only tractor I got. I probably should have looked at the used sale. Well, there's a Fendt Vario 700 that was in the used sale. Could have got that for the same price I got this one. But it would actually have been less horsepower. I'm not going to complain. I mean, this is the Fendt favorite, so... I've always liked this tractor. I think the last time I used this tractor was on Solyndra. Alright, so this field is prepped for wheat. Well, let's drop off our plow. We'll get the wench and start cutting down some trees here. Well, the forest is rough. Why do I keep picking maps where the roads are rough? Well, I mean, there's no road there. I keep picking maps wherever I drive, the roads are rough. I'm not even sure I can afford the small farmer's kiosk at this point to sell lettuce at. You know what? Before I get started on this, I should go down to the store, get our trailer, and get the crawfish feed, and at least get that production up and going as well. Hello, Skender. Hope you've been well. Hope you're having a good Thursday so far. So for now, we're pretty much just going to be in this corner of the map. No need to really go anywhere else. We're right next to the farmer's market. That's where we'll be selling products. And had no need to go anywhere else. Hopefully these will auto-load. They do. Alright, let's go get the crawfish production going. That will have 3 productions on the roll. I have no idea what to expect from this production here. Like I said, didn't really try it out. Just tested a few quick things on it. Turn around. Make sure I activate that. That'd be good. Or does it automatically start? Well, doesn't automatically start, so we'll start it on up. And we'll see what happens. Because I have no idea. No idea. But you would expect water like this to have crawfish in it. Your tomato fields are being a nightmare. I'm doing okay, Skender. Just took, I don't want to say I took the last 2 days off. I didn't stream the last 2 days. Tuesday, I spent basically all day recording the week's episodes. I recorded 4 episodes on Tuesday. And yesterday, I was looking at maps to figure out where to come to. And here we are in the dark forest. How much is a small farmer's kiosk? Because I don't remember. Small farmer's kiosk is 10,000. Does it take the crawfish or fish? And takes the crawfish. Doesn't take fish. What about the other one? The little market, that's only 1,300. Does that take... Oh, I see where it takes crawfish. It takes wood as well. I think this is going to take everything. Does it take fish? I think this is going to take everything. I think this... Yeah, it takes fish. Pretty much takes everything. It's a lot cheaper as well. This is the little market. This is where on what map was it? Riverview. That's where I was selling the methane from. It's only 1,300. So I got to find a place to put that down. Hello, Mr. Ulrich. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Thursday. So for Farmer G's greenhouse, is that production? I didn't see what the production was with. So just regular water, we get 28 water, 16 lettuce. So with just a little bit of manure, it almost doubles the production of the lettuce. Now I could put down a greenhouse that grows wheat and corn. But we're just going to grow it in the fields. Alright, so I need a road going to my other field. So. Chainsaw. Whoops. And basically, once I get the sawmill full, I really have nothing else to do. Because I'm out of money. So I'll probably just skip through the rest of the month. And as I go along here, I need to be removing the stumps. Kind of missed the mod, the easy developer mod, because I could just go in and delete stumps rather easily with that. Can I get rid of that little piece that's there? That's bouncing around. Not really. I don't need to be going too wide with it. But it's not like I can't use the trees. Oh, I got rid of something. You're playing Farmer's Dynasty and doing field maintenance right now? Kind of sounds like Farmer's Dynasty 2 is still a long ways off. The people at Toplets did post something a couple days ago about Farmer's Dynasty 2, and they said, well, they're still working on it, but they have nothing to announce. So, yeah, it sounds like Farmer's Dynasty 2. I don't know what happened from last winter to now, but yeah, who knows what's going on with Farmer's Dynasty 2. It's almost like I need to make the road as I go for how bumpy it is. Where's this map supposed to be? In the woods. I have no idea. So again, Sam will be here in the next stream. He just needs to, Sam didn't pack his bags in time, but he'll be here. So we got ourselves our lovely little tent, camouflage in the woods there. Got ourselves a sawmill, a greenhouse, crawfish are going. Now I just got to figure out where I want to put the little market for $1,500, whatever it is. I was going to push these two together, but that's going to be kind of rough. But let me see if I can... I don't know if there's a description where this map is supposed to be at. Is it considered a European map? Let's see here. Might be just a fictional map. So it's not a European map. Well, it's also not classified as a fantasy map. And let's see here. Yeah, it's not really set for anywhere, but it is under North American maps. But yeah, it doesn't really say where it's set for. I can't see a darn thing. There's my log. So I did adjust on the maintenance mod for this series. When I got the maintenance mod, I put the I forgot what it's called, but at the rate that it wears down at 50%. For this series, I put it at 75%. On Riverview, we weren't repairing our vehicles that much, if at all. I did see the farm's cleanup mod. There were some parts of it I was like, why would you want those to disappear at midnight? I didn't really check on... I saw the mod before I even looked at this map, so I didn't really think about stumps for it. But yeah, that could be something I could use. I definitely got to make sure that I put down that little market before I sleep to the night, because yeah, the loan payment at midnight is going to be almost 10 grand, and I don't have 10 grand. And as for planting trees on this series to get some more wood, don't think that's going to be too necessary. Can I not get rid of that little piece of wood? I can cut it in half. Don't want to be doing that. Should get myself like a mulcher or something like that to get rid of the stumps, but for today, it's going to be with the lumberjack mod. Now, little pieces like that can stay for now. And then 2 more trees. Hello, Denard, and welcome. All right, now clear out these trees and we can put a road in down to our other field. I'm sitting on over 1 mil. You can afford about 10K. Where do I have $1 million? We're not on Riverview anymore. We're on Dark Forest. I have $8,000. That's it. I don't have $1 million. So right now, as for August, we're just going to fill up the sawmill and then move on to September. Can't even afford a shed right now. Jay, you can get straw from wheat, barley, and oats. Yeah, definitely got to do some landscaping here. And yes, I do got the free landscaping mod. Because I'm going to be doing quite a bit of it here, I do believe. Also, Jay, on the mod hub, there is a mod that will allow you to get straw from every crop, I do believe. Not root crop, but every, like, corn and canola you can get straw from if you run that mod. That gets us up to 33,000 liters of wood. Now, these trees don't have many liters in them, but there are plenty of them. Yeah, crawfish are awesome eating. But like Skinner says, you gotta know how to cook them. But I mean, that goes true for any type of food. If you don't know how to cook it, it's going to always taste like crap. So yeah, we are running the Fendt Favorite 920. Is it 920? 926. And this mod is on the mod hub under medium tractors. Yeah, so again, I don't know with the crawfish or the fish, which we won't be doing the fish at least until the next season. I don't know if it's going to make too much money or, you know, if it doesn't make that much money, it's no big deal. Just trying out different things and having fun with it. All right, let me go see, where should I put down the market now? Do I want to compete with the farmer's market here? Probably. So, not that that really matters, but role play a little bit. Maybe I can put my little market out, this like right here would be good. Maybe actually right here. So when I come out, I can just, yeah, I think that'll look good right there. Construction, selling points. Stop spinning back around on me. There we go. Take that, farmer's market. All right, so this is our crawfish production. Again, because I thought the same thing when I saw this mod on the mod hub. It says put down next to your rice fields. You can put this mod down anywhere. But just to make it more realistic, I put it down next to this lovely little pond that we have here. All right, let's go make that road to our second field. All right, so I think I'm done spending money. Because, well, I am down to 7,300. You haven't seen any deer? I think deer... I don't know. I haven't been looking for deer myself, but maybe they're here, maybe they're not. I don't know. You saw a green one. Well, you didn't see a green one on my map. Right now, we are a deer-free zone. Just got ourselves a fence. No, actually, what I said, Skender, is doesn't show a location, but if you're looking at the map, it's under North American maps. So I don't know if it's actually set. I don't think it's set after a place. It just, the map is under the classification as a North American map. Do I want to match the dirt that's here? Is it this? No, it's not that. I think it's under Muddy Pebble. Mud Pebbles. I'm not sure how that's going to go. For sinking into the dirt. Looks like it does get rid of all the rocks and such, so it might be nice and smooth-ish. That makes it a lot better coming down through here. And now we have access to our other field without having to drive through that field there. This field here requires lime in it. So that'll need to be addressed. Alright, so I need more trees. So we got plenty of trees to choose from. And it's just a matter of where I should be cutting them down at. It's kind of flat in here. And it wouldn't be bad to drag them to the sawmill. I wonder where I'm going to put my house in the future. We do have a river right here, so I think our house is going to go along inside this, not in the river. Maybe right here is not a bad place. You know what? Let's see what we got here for constructible houses. So we built a log cabin. So on River Bend, we built this lovely little house. What does this one look like? That only requires concrete. I don't have the cement production or anything like that, of course. So I could buy the cement or put down a cement production. What's this one look like? That would require roof tiles, cement, and cement bricks. Same thing for that one. Same for that one. I think I'm going to go for this one just because it's different. Sleep trigger is there. Whoop. I'm just trying to see how close I want it. Can I make that overlap the water? Not in the water. Let's make that overlap the water. Okay, it's gonna look a little weird with the with the fencing over the river, but that's the way it is. So as for building this place, it's gonna be a while because the first few months definitely gonna be selling wood because we need the cash. And that tree does need to come down at some point, but it's fine where it is for now. Alright, so we got that. So now what I need to do is, like I said, is just top off our sawmill. And I think for today, because I don't know how much wood that's going to go through in a month. I don't remember too much from Riverbend at this point. But I may have to look into that mod. I think it's called like Farm Cleanup or something like that. I thought it said get rid of logs and bales and such like things like that, but I don't remember it being stumps. So definitely have to look into that. Kind of the good thing about a tree harvester is I could pile up the trees, which would make it easier to get more than one to bring back. So I'm not good enough at getting these close enough to one another. Is that going to be close enough? Ooh, that one is close enough. Can he grab all three? Well, see, it's not that hard. Almost up to 50%. Again, though, I should be cutting down trees to where I'm going to be putting another field. Do I want to put a field in this general area? Actually, I haven't thought about where to put the fish farm itself. I mean, I got until next year. I got a full season to do it. But where would I put the fish farm? I mean, out by the pond would be the best location. Let me have a look around there. I mean, probably out in front of the swamp grass would not be a bad place. So maybe I should be clear cutting all the trees to my left out towards the road. How big are these buildings? You can tell I did a lot of research on these. Absolutely none-ish. Oh, they're not that big at all. Yeah, so if I start clear cutting the trees out here, we can kind of make it look good. Alright, yeah, let's start clear cutting the trees in here so I can put down, I think for the first year we'll just have one fish farm, because like I said, I don't know how much it's going to go through in a year. Then we can just expand on it if it's worthwhile doing. Hello, Lindsay. Welcome. I don't think I really have a tractor that's going to be strong enough to be dragging too much. Did I get that stump? I can't tell if I did or didn't. We'll just think we did. And actually with sawmills, the cycles, more products I have on shouldn't affect anything. So I should turn on just about everything so it makes a lot in one night. So let me turn that sawmill. Activate that. Activate that. Prefab walls are just bulky. So for now, I think I'm going to leave that turned off. That's weird how that looks when we cut that tree down. Did I say it's birch? Or beech? Might say beech. And I guess there's a stump there. Well, I was going to try to push this back to get to the other tree, but it's pushing that one back. And I'm hitting something there as well. Oh, it's the little pieces that are getting left behind, but they're not really stumps though, they're just wood, so I'm surprised it's getting stuck on that. All this to try to get 3 logs in one go. Alright, so I want to hitch up to the middle one. So you can see with just these 3 trees, which are not that big. I mean, there are trees. But as far as like, they're not like oaks or other ones we have cut down in the past. This tractor, I mean, it's doing okay. But I think more than this could cause an issue. That only got me up to 55,000 liters of wood. I do need to, because it's starting to bug me that it's a different texture underneath here. Yes, it is dirt gravel here. Thought it was. Did it change it over here? There we go. I think we're all set. Should be a tree here. Yep, there's one. I think I was going through about 40,000 liters of wood on River Bend Springs per month. So right now I'm just planning for the future. This is where the fish farm is going to go. How far up the tree do I have to go to cut this one down? Quite a ways. Rule number 1 for safety: always run around with a chainsaw. I think if I get up to 60,000 liters, which I should, we may just advance to next month. So I can kind of get an idea how much money I'm making per month with currently what we have. Again, with the advanced loan system, our loan payment doesn't just pay on the interest, it also pays on the principal. And I took a 5-year loan out on $500,000. And I can pay back early on the loan as well. All right, Fed, let's get this back and into the mill. So, I mean, I could plant down some oak trees somewhere close. And in 3 years, they'd be full grown. It'd be very easy to fill up the sawmill. How about if you lift up the winch and get it off the ground? That usually will help us out a little bit. $67,000 liters. I think that'll be good enough. And you know what? I know I said I'll bring Sam in later on, but I think we're going to bring Sam in right now. Because, you know, you got to have Sam around. It's not our farm without Sam being here. The name may not match up, but and of course, right next to us is good. Wouldn't that be funny if the name is Sam? But I doubt it will be. Oh. Pandora. Pandora? No, that... We'll get that name changed to Sam. I'll have to do it in between streams. Sam, you ready to go to bed? Let me just make sure everything is actually running here. So, yep, we are making crawfish. And we are making lettuce. I do believe. And, of course, the sawmill is up and running. Got everything running except for prefab walls. And, yeah, I'm down to 5,000. And we're going to be in the negative when I wake up in the morning. But let's go ahead and go to bed. All right, so we're at -4. Not that big of a deal. So, wait. Why are wood chips spawning here? Oh, because I'm an idiot, I think. Wood chips. If I put wood chips on... distributing. Wood chips should be on distributing. All right, then I think I can take wood chips out of here that way. And I only got 1 pallet of lettuce? Oh, a pallet of lettuce is 2,000 liters, not 1. Didn't really get a whole lot of lettuce out of that, did I? No, you didn't. But I mean, it's 2,000 liters per pallet, not 1. What do we have here? Oh, I hardly went through any wood whatsoever. But we did get a good amount of wood products. A decent amount. Wood chips I am going to just put to the side. Well, all right. We are in September. I mean, I'll check the sale page. I don't know why. I don't got any money. And, yeah, nothing. Oh. I mean, there's no way I can afford a Breedle spreader. Hello, Anita, and welcome. Where's your hard hat, safety goggles, and ear protection? Safety third on my farms. We don't really care about safety on our farm at all. At all. We'll feed Sam. And Sam, you got growth. You got some trees growing in your doghouse. That can't be. We need to fix that. Oh, I don't have enough money. Even though it's free landscaping, I don't have enough money to do that. Well, let's go ahead and fix that. I still may not have enough money. So I think I'm going to sell everything at the little market. I think that little market will take anything and give us the 20% bonus because, well, I need it. This is the only thing that's kind of bad. I remember this now from Mythical Woods. The spawn point only holds 2 items, so it's going to take a while to load these things up. Although that might be that's all that's in there, because there wasn't a whole lot. Yeah, wood chips I got on storing. All right, so that's what we got for that. Did we get? Any crawfish? Well, I'm sure we got crawfish. The question is, how much did we get? I think I want to sell the crawfish separately so I can see how much we're making on it. Alright, so I'm back up to 6,500, which is good. Well, we got 1 pallet here of crawfish. Is there more? Currently, there is not more. I think I need to make myself a better turnaround here. So how much do I get for a pallet? Which is 1,000 liters. How much do I get for 1,000 liters of crawfish? Almost $2 grand. That is not bad. Now, the $2 grand that we just sold that for almost pays for the feed to get the crawfish. Favorite sawmill is the wood chip sawmill. It takes wood and wood chips to make products. I did see that, so I may look into that. But of course, I'll have to keep this sawmill for a while. I mean, I don't mind the sawmill. It's doing good. But yeah, it's not going to break the bank for us either. That's why I didn't go with the sawmill I use on fresh stocks, because that sawmill there, that would have went through a lot of that wood in one night, and I would have made a lot of money today. But that sawmill did cost $150,000, but at that rate, as we saw in fresh stocks, that sawmill was I mean, it's nice when you got a lot of wood to go through. So how much is it to lease? Oof. The Breedle spreader I need. I don't think anything else does lime, right? $22.95 just to lease that. I don't have, because I don't have the money, I don't have, is it under container? Oh, it's only 2,000. Reduced price. Yeah, this is the one I want right here. Where shall I put this? Well, again, I don't really know where I want these type of things, but we're just kind of starting out here, so I can move this stuff around later on. Alright, let's go get the field spread with lime. But I don't think with the sawmill I have here, I have to mess with the wood chips either. I think if because I had it on storing, that's why, that's why it spawned the chips. But I think if I back up to the other area with the trailer, I think it will unload it that way. I think. Oh, I did not get it with the spreading disc. Oh, whatever. I've already leased it. I don't think I'm even going to have enough money to plant our wheat field today. When I mean today, I mean in the month of September. I mean, yeah, I want lime. The question is how... Just fill it up. Just fill it up. Well, since the sawmill doesn't go through that much wood, I guess I don't have to worry about constantly at the beginning trying to get it to where it's full enough to run for a few months. Actually, that's a pretty decent working width without the disc spreaders on there. So I am trying to avoid using things that are going to bring us in way too much money. I mean, I could put down, if you remember on Riverview, Omatana's greenhouse, which spit out so many pallets of lettuce in a month. I would have made a fortune overnight in the first month. But again, I don't want to be doing anything that brings in so much money that it ruins the Let's Play within the first couple of streams by having just money everywhere. I mean, it's kind of fun to struggle with money after coming from a map where it's like, yeah, I just got constantly money everywhere. Just do whatever we want to do. Now it's kind of, you gotta get back in that financial state of mind of, all right, be careful about spending this money here because you need it for that and this. But I definitely got to be planting some wheat. Either this month or next month. kind of hoping I get both fields done with the lime that I have, but I don't think that's going to happen. Skender, Robert should be back, I think, next week. All right, double shot. Thanks for dropping on in. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Hello, Panther Killer. Welcome. And this is Dark Forest. The name of the map is Dark Forest. Although it is a forest, but it doesn't seem that dark. The one thing I didn't check on, because it's not usually something I end up doing, but I don't know if there's any collectibles on this map or not. It does say 0 of 25 collectibles. But I don't know what type of collectibles are on this map, or if they are even on the map. I have no idea. Find the gators. Well, just because the stats page say there's 25 collectibles doesn't mean they're actually on here. It's kind of like when we went to Riverview, it said collectibles were on there, but it wasn't until after Cavalier Roy updated the map till they had the collectibles on there. And again, though, this map has been converted over from... I think this map goes all the way back to FS19. This field does need to be plowed also. But I think this is going to be my corn field. Alright, one field snow covered. I think putting a lime in these fields are going to take all my money. So again, with the enhanced loan mod, you're not going to see me pretty much pay back the loan, but every midnight I am paying back the loan, unlike the base game. So the loan payment at midnight is part of the loan itself, not just on interest. So yeah, we are paying off the loan as we go along, even though I'm not going in and hit repay $5,000 every time. Also, a good thing about the enhanced loan system, if I want to go in and pay back $50,000 at once, I can just type in repay 50,000 and just one click and done. Wood transport contracts. I don't think I've done a wood transport contract. I may do the deadwood contracts. I don't know how easy it'll be to find the number of trees I would need to do. Now, this field did not require lime, but since I got the spreader leased, I better do it because I don't want to have to lease it again next year. But again, I am hoping that when Precision Farming comes out next week, that I can convert this map over to Precision Farming without having to create a new save file. So Shane, you ran that wood chip sawmill on Penier and it made too much money? Well, if that's the case, then I probably won't. I won't be looking at it. Wish I knew how much more lime I needed to finish off this field. So I need to go buy some more. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but I think Giants got rid of the birds, the ravens, that were in the fields and fly up. Now they just got the flock of birds that fly across the sky. But someone did mention earlier they haven't seen any deer on this map. And yeah, currently I don't see any deer on this map either. Is 2,200 liters of lime good enough? Yeah, the woodpecker might be around here. I just haven't disturbed him yet. Thing is, I got so used to the woodpecker sound, I'm not sure if I would even recognize it at this point. Get one more pass this way, though I can turn around a little bit easier. And no, I don't think the 2,200 liters I got was going to be enough, so no big deal. Yeah, I may actually turn the prefab walls on at the sawmill, since it's not going through that much wood. I don't mind making prefab walls and just getting more material to sell per month. I do like the fact that Farmer G's greenhouse, the pallets are 2,000 liters a piece, not one. That cuts down on the amount of pallets I'm going to have to move. According to Farmer Klein, there are no collectibles on this map. Alright, thanks John for looking that up. I'm being stingy with a lime. I need every penny I got. Do you think the mango and lemon are going to be trees in Farm Supermarket Sim? Did I get that far yet? I think they'll be trees. Get every little square inch, or try to anyways. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough lime to finish up this field. It'll be close, though. Ish. Well, at least the good thing about plowing both fields is when I lease the drill, it does not have to be a direct drill because the fields have been plowed. So I can use just any drill to get the wheat in, which will save me some money in the leasing fees. Alright. I think 2,000 liters is what I need. And looks like Sam has disappeared. Sam is probably in all his glory chasing all the squirrels on this map. I stopped at 1,700. We'll try 1,700. So when you sell something, buy this, it's not worth leasing it. I'm not going to need it for another 3 harvests, so I won't be buying this anytime soon. Once again, the shopping list is very long, and I got more things with priority over a Breedle spreader. So this field is fully fertilized. And if you missed it, when we bought this property, it had a field of sugar beet in it. And of course, I did not harvest the sugar beet. We plowed it in. So that's why it's fully fertilized. The other field was harvested. So I'm guessing that's got 0 fertilization into it. Alright, got just enough lime to get this done, which is alright by me. Alright, Skender, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. And good luck with those tomato plants. Only using that production just for wood chips, which one of my small sawmills, just like the base game sawmill, can use to make wood products. Well, It's 300 liters of lime, so I'm going to unload it. Because why not? And then let's go ahead and return the Breedle spreader. Now, if I look at cedars, I mean, this would be the perfect one right here, actually, because it doesn't have a fertilizer tanker on it, which I don't need for planting. I think I'm going to plant the wheat in the sugar beet field. How much is it to lease that? Well, it's more than what I got. All right, it's more than what I got. I know that much. Let's go get some more trees. We'll bring it over to the sawmill before I get over and start plowing up the other field. I just want to move this plow here. So again, yep, we are constructing a home, but that is going to be on hold for quite a while. I say quite a while. I may bring some stuff over now and then. But for the first few months, definitely going to be selling everything because I need the money. So we're going to go back to where we're going to be putting down the fish hatcheries, if you will. Can't see a darn thing. Bush is in my way. Could just sell some money. Got plenty of trees. Well, I kind of want to get the sawmill full of wood before I start selling trees. Because that way when wintertime comes, or when I get done prepping my fields, I mean, we can just skip a lot of months and not have to do any work. Like filling up the sawmill or anything, so... Once I get the sawmill full, yeah, we'll sell trees probably. Who put that tree there? So, even though I'm cutting down all these trees here, eventually when I get the fish hatcheries put down, I may plant some trees in here so it's not completely barren of trees. I can plant the wheat in October, so it's not like I got to do it this month. But definitely by next month I have to. I will say with the original $500,000 that we borrowed, I do feel like we got a lot for our money. And I did think about using that Omatana greenhouse to produce all that lettuce in the beginning. But then I thought, if you're going to do that and just, you know, use something OP to give yourself a lot of money, why don't you just give yourself the money? So I was like, nah, I'm gonna skip on that, and yeah, we're gonna work towards our way up the mountain. Well, I don't think there's a mountain here, but yeah, we're gonna work our way. And I don't really need any big machinery to start off with. It's just that we got to get some stuff on the farm, right? I think as the day goes on, I'll get enough money. We got a pallet of wood, a pallet of lettuce already. And I don't know, I think we're not that far off from another pallet of crawfish. Don't want to forget about the stumps. Got to cut those up as you go along, or else it'll be a pain later on. Oh yeah, I was going to activate the prefab walls. Wonder how many trees I'll end up cutting on this map. Hopefully not as many as I did on Oceanside Forest, because that was ridiculous. Can't really get those trees any closer together, so hopefully that's close enough to grab all three. Oh, good, that's close enough. I almost thought about using the yarder on this series, but I mean, I still may do, but I was like, not at the beginning. I mean, I did put a little thought in this yesterday when I was thinking how much to start off with on money. And I was like, $1 million seemed like it was too much for the way I wanted to start it. $500,000 was kind of, I said, yeah, we can make $500,000 work. Then I thought about $750,000. I was like, you know what? Just start off with $500,000 and see how it goes. Again, not knowing what these production buildings were actually going to produce in 1 month. And I'm kind of glad the sawmill's not going through too much, because I didn't want to spend, you know, constantly, almost every stream, spending an hour cutting down trees and moving them. Which a lot of people are not going to mind watching. But then it's going to be kind of like cutting a grass field, where we're constantly doing it. After a while, it seems like we're always doing it. Drop that off here. Let's grab the plow and we'll go plow the other field. think you got 1,300 each for those Scotch pines at the little market. Well, I would assume that these trees are not the full-length trees either, but I see what you're saying. There's like $1,000 per tree, which does seem quite a bit, honestly. Does this field have any fertilization into it? None. But since the sawmill's almost, it's like 3/4 full, and we know it's not going through that much wood per month. Yeah, if I need some cash, then we'll look at maybe bringing some trees to the little market. But if it gets to be, because I am getting like 20% bonus from selling there, is wood in general. The little market's mine. Small sawmill is mine, so it's a sawmill and carpentry. So the farmer's market, the base game farmer's market, does not take wood. I can see also it's not going to be a big deal the first couple of years or however long it'll be before I get workers going. But if I start getting workers in these fields, I definitely got to cut down trees around the fields because there's some that are just right on top of the field. And I think one of two things will happen. If a tree is too close to the field, even though the worker may not actually run into it, they may sense an object in their way and they may stop them. Or they are going to run into it. Don't think, I was just trying to think, can I cycle the harvest so they're both lined up? I don't think with wheat and corn that's possible. Wheat, August, and corn is not going to be August. There's no way corn's August. Nope. So I'm just looking at that because next year I may have to lease a combine. And I was trying to get all the harvest done the same month, but that, once I said wheat and corn, that's not going to line up. But by the time we get to next harvest season, we'll see how our greenhouse, sawmill, and crawfish production do for us, making us money. Maybe I can take out a second loan and maybe buy a combine. And we'll buy probably the Massey Ferguson, the cheap one. Or, actually, I don't think I activated those mods. I was thinking about the New Holland TX32. I mean, this one's not that expensive anyways. $104,000. I mean, it's a long ways off before I even need a harvester, but So, I mean, I shouldn't be thinking about too much, but I can't help myself. I mean, as Farmable is saying and Branding Honor were saying, if I really need some money, I could just, because we got plenty of trees, to start cutting them down and just delivering them to the little market. And we get a lot of money right off that way if I need to. I think we'll be fine. But now that I got an area cleared out for the fish farm, I need to start looking also where we got our land and start looking at clear cutting an area for another field. Start working on that. Luckily the trees are not really compact. They're evenly spaced out. So it's not like I gotta cut down 2,000 trees to make a field. Cutting down like 40 trees or so will get us a decent sized field. Need a relatively flat-ish area. But I think I'm not going to plant our wheat until next month. That way it won't be ready for harvest next season until a month later, which gives me a little bit more time to gather some money. So I guess at least with the, because we own the plow, that in the future, if I don't buy myself a direct drill, which if I do get one, it will be a direct drill. But in the future, if I just need a lease, I'm still really short on cash, we can always just plow a field, and that way just a regular seed drill will be able to plant in it. So really the first few years here are probably going to go by rather quickly. Mod Hub has a starter harvester for that. Yeah, I've seen that that harvester. I'll worry about it when we get to next August. We're only in September, not gonna get to next August. See where we sit financially. Alright, so both of our fields are ready for planting in. Again, we're going to plant wheat in the field to our left. Yeah, I can see where I might be selling some logs right to the little market, only because I think I'm going to fill up the sawmill, and then I will need a place to put the wood. So just sell it. I can either put the wood aside or sell it. Right now, this will be our garage. Because that's where it's going to be. How much are deadwood contracts? Yeah, they're not that much. Wood transport contracts. Ooh, how would I even get to the... How do you even get to that area of the woods? Where is that exactly? I'm not saying I want to do it, but I'm just saying if there's no road going in there, that's going to kind of suck. I have no idea. Alright, so I'm not going to sell anything this month. It's hard to tell if the wood chips are piling up or not. So yeah, we got our water tank here. Don't have to worry about the greenhouses running out of water. Again, these pallets are 2,000 liters apiece, so that's not going to be too bad. And I think we already got some stuff spawned out here. Yep. Yeah, let's go to October. Let me just double check on this. October, I can plant wheat. I don't want to goof this up. Yeah, October, we can plant wheat. All right. Let's go to bed. And the first thing we'll do is sell stuff. Should be somewhere around negative 10,000. Oh, just negative 8,000. Oh, I forgot to paint in around Sam's doghouse, and I don't have the money to do it again. Well, we will have the money in just a moment. I mean, I'll check the sale page just to see if I should be... Yeah, nothing... I mean, don't get me wrong. The electric Volvo truck was nice, and... Yeah, that tractor, that's... there's nothing I can do about that. Don't need nothing that big anyways. I was more or less looking for like a seed drill on sale. Not only that, Farmer G's greenhouse, they double stack the pallets. I think I will grab this pallet of wood chips just to get rid of it. That's the only thing about the sawmill, if I let things stack up in there, because it's only going to spawn a couple things at a time, it's going to be... It's going to take a while for me to load things up. What did I say? I got a set of wood beams in there. And that only dropped us down to 71,000 liters of wood. I realize you weren't backseating braiding iron. I appreciate you. I appreciate people saying there's a mod here, there's a mod there. Because it's hard to keep track of all the mods. Hello, Scarly. This is... The map is called Black Forest. And it's my first day here. Well, my first stream here anyways. Any more crawfish? No. So I haven't gone through... So, just try and look at the crawfish production. A pallet of crawfish broadstock is 1,000 liters. I haven't gone through one pallet yet of that, which cost me $500. And I think we got, what, $2,000 per pallet? So I got like 3-4 pallets. That's so I'm getting like 8,000. I think I'm getting like $8,000 in return for a $500 investment. So that seems to be making pretty good money. That's on hard economy too. Well, this should be a pretty darn decent start to the month of October. Really? Didn't sell the stuff on... I was too close to the market? So what? $22,000? So that's a good test. We're making $22,000 per day from our production buildings. It's not bad. Alright, so before I forget, let's go ahead and we will help out Sam in his doghouse. And I did feed Sam, but I don't know where Sam is. Let's come into here and construction. There we go, just to get rid of the bushes, so we don't got bushes growing up inside of his house. And yeah, I'll even paint in front of my tent as well. There we go. Alright, so now with 14,000, I should have no problem getting myself a drill. I mean, might as well just go with this one. 3 meter wide, though. Yeah, then it gets up way too expensive. That's 3 meter wide. How much seed do you hold? I don't need that much seed. Uh, 900 liters. Don't know what this is. It says tooth roller. I wonder if that'll get... Is that going to give me, like, rolling? Sure, why not? Lease it for $2,000. It says tooth roller. I don't know if it's going to roll the field or not as I'm planting. So we get the field planted, and then we'll have to have a look around on the land that we own and start scoping out where I can start cutting down some trees to make another field. Hope I don't need a weight on this to counter it. No, seems fine. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Making 22,000 from our production buildings, 10,000 of which goes to our loan. So basically, we're making $12,000 a day, aka month, currently. Just gonna fill it right up with seed. So again, we are going to be doing wheat and corn mainly for the first couple of years, because we are going to be running a fish farm, and that's what they require. I was thinking, oh yeah, this is going to take a while. Maybe I'll get myself a worker after I do a couple of headlands, and then I'll go cut some trees. Well, Smarty, you only own one tractor, so that's going to be kind of difficult for you to move trees around, isn't it? Yes, yes it is. So, so I did put rollers on it, but is it technically rolling? No, because it still needs rolling. So what's the purpose of putting rollers on here if it's not rolling? Yeah, after you load up the drill with seed, though, the front of the fence does get a little light. But we got crop growing in. Now, fingers crossed we don't get a tornado or that much hail damage. I mean, it's going to hail at some point before I harvest next August. Now, really, though, the sawmill's not that expensive. Do I want a second sawmill? Just for looks, that's all the rollers are for? Just for looks? That's what I told my ex. That's they were just there for looks. As far as I know about rolling the fields is you have to roll the field after you drill. I think that's the only time it actually works. But we found the grass rollers work on Riverview. We tried it there. I am thinking about a second sawmill, though. As I pirouette around the outside of the field. Yeah, front weight would be good on this tractor when having something in the back like this cedar. Hello, Gamer Gramps. Welcome. This map is Black Forest. This map goes all the way back to FS 19. But it's my first time playing on it. If I do put down a second sawmill, of course, it means I can make more money. But it also can mean I could probably steal some pallets now and then to help build a house. Or, because I am going to need furniture for the house, I could buy the furniture production on the map, but I'm guessing that's going to be like $150,000 for that. What kind of lights have we got on this tractor? Don't think I need a beacon. There's no traffic here. Ah, there is a woodpecker on this map. I just heard it for the first time. Woodpecker may have gone off a couple of times. Not the first time it just caught my attention. So Woody the woodpecker is here. Now that I got my farm kind of going, unlike yesterday when I was looking at maps and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Now that I got somewhat of a footprint going here, I am trying to think of things, when I say long term, I mean for like year number 2, 3, 4. So now that I know Farmer G's greenhouse requires, well, it doesn't require manure, but it would be good. So manure, that would mean either pigs or cows, but I think if we go the cow route, which is probably the more likely one, or maybe I would go pigs. Yeah, we don't need to go to the extreme like we did on Fresh Stock with pigs, 700 pigs. Or if we go cows, we just need like 10 cows. This produces enough manure to produce more in the greenhouse. But probably pigs would be better because I could feed pigs corn and wheat. And now get them up to 100%. And we're already making corn and wheat for the fish. And then with the pigs, we just have to sell them when they get mature enough. But I mean, that's down the road. So far down the road, I don't think it's even on the map yet. And I'm pretty sure I'll change my mind 20 times over before then. I think I'll do a little bit more of this field, and I may hire a worker to continue. Yes, that'll leave me without a tractor, but there's a few things I want to check out. We gotta walk around and we gotta find where I can start clear cutting some trees to make another field. And then I want to check a couple things out on the map, because I am kind of curious, how much is the furniture production? I mean, I can't afford it now, but I am thinking about either a second sawmill or the furniture production. I don't remember how much furniture I needed when I built the house on Riverbend, but I want to say it was 8,000 liters, which is not a lot. And I can... Oh, wait a minute. Can I buy furniture on this map? That's the wrong page. I'm sure there is a warehouse here. There may not be. Furniture. Oh, there's a warehouse. It would cost me almost $3,000 per a pallet. Well, it's good to go cheap on the drill, but 3 meter wide for a field this size, it's going to take a while. Like I said, I'm going to get a couple more of the headlands done. Then I'll probably hire a worker and we'll just investigate more of the map. And I don't think the land on this map is too expensive. Actually, it might be on the cheap side. But of course, right now, we gotta stay where we're at with only 12 grand in the bank account. Yeah, there's a lot of flat ground on the map, but the question is, farmable is it on my property currently? So we should get 95% yield off this field. Yeah, 95. Of course, I did not mulch, and I'm not going to roll either. So yeah, I'm pleased about the crawfish. I'm making good money on that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm making good money on that. I just got to go buy the feed for the crawfish every now and then. Doesn't look like it's going to go through it too quick either. So it's not like every month I got to do it. We're in our second month already, and I think it's only used... Don't think it's even used 1,000 liters, right? Yeah, so we put 5,000 liters in. Of course, we got here in August, and we're in October. So it's using like 1,000 liters per month. So I can go almost like 10 months before I got to go put more in there. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm happy with that. It's not something I got to babysit. You played this map a while back? And yeah, I do believe, from my understanding, this will be the last time they bring this map out. So if this map is, has some interest to you, because it's called Black Forest: The Last Chapter. So I don't think they'll be bringing it to the next version of Farming Simulator. So if it's Farming Simulator 28 or whatever, don't think they'll be bringing it forward to that. Of course, that's years away. This is why I always tell myself, don't use 3-meter wide equipment. 6-meter wide is the smallest I should be going. I got the 4-meter wide planter on Penye, and that kills me. But for a one-off, this will do just fine. I'm going to get myself a worky here in just a bit. Actually, I might get myself a course play worker. Yeah, so see how things go through the winter. But I think getting myself a second tractor would be good. I mean, let's face it. The shopping list is full of everything. Just it's just a matter of what do you need first. Let me turn off the drill for a moment. No course. Field work settings. Number of headlands. I will put down 4 because I've already done 4 headlands. Headland overlap. All that should not matter. Should be generating a course. And should be starting at the nearest waypoint. And whatever it misses, I'll come back and take care of myself. So the good thing about course play is, we can see this worker is going to take almost another 50 minutes. Not 15, 50 minutes. Okay, so 47 minutes, but to finish planting this field. Yeah, we got some other things we can do. I want to see. We do got this. Let me go ahead and visit. Just curious to see how much this building cost. 300,000. All right. So making furniture. If I wanted to make furniture, it would be 300,000. And where am I on the map? Oh, we're not that far. So the main road, as we call it, I do own. The main road does kind of go around the map, as you can see. And that's not like too far. The Cooper, which is something that I don't really need to be doing. Because the Cooper, I need to bring in... You got to make planks to make these. So I don't see why I would want to do this. At least with a carpenter, I can bring in just... Yeah, to make furniture, I can bring in just plain old wood to make furniture. If I want to. We may get that in the future, but for 300,000... Yeah, that's going to be a ways off before I do that. Yeah. Let me just teleport back to here. So I mean, the most obvious place is I think right here. Cut down the trees in here. This is really flat. And what I could do is I could either extend off of this field. We can either extend off this field or just make us a third field. Okay, so this was easier finding I mean, this is a pretty big area. It's going to take me a while to clear cut this. Yeah, this is a pretty good flat area right here, so I didn't have to go too far. I mean, I saw some hilly areas. I'm just trying to avoid those because, as we know, eventually I want to have myself a harvester with a big header, and hills like that can cause a problem. But what I think I'm going to do to help us out early, because as I said, we're not going through that much wood at the current sawmill. And I'm going to have that filled up rather soon. I think we get ourselves another sawmill. Sawmill will provide the planks and walls for the house, so another sawmill could pave the way to a furniture factory. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Another furniture factory. Another sawmill, because it's not that expensive. And again, in the future, I could always just sell it. Because right now, we just need to clear out the area, earn some money, and another sawmill would be good. Because this is going through about 10 to 12,000 liters per month. If that. Another greenhouse would not be bad either, but that... How much was that greenhouse? Because the greenhouse is easy, but I need to get rid of the trees. Sounds kind of weird saying it that way, but the greenhouse, it was not... Oh, wait, no, the greenhouse was 50,000, I think. Yeah, the greenhouse was 50,000. But the sawmill was only like 10. If I knew I was going to put down 2, I definitely would have laid this out differently. But since I'm going to be grabbing trees from down here, let's make it simple on ourselves, and we'll put the sawmill down here. I mean, I got the space. So, construction, factories. All right, spin that around. Not too close to the road. You got to get yourself some room to get in and out. And bingo bango. And then we will paint that the right texture to match everything else around the farmyard. But while I'm here, I'm going to rename this sawmill number 2. Because that way we know which one's which. And the first thing I want to do, so I don't make the same mistake, is sawmill number 2. Wood chips. I need to put that on distributing. And this is where a second tractor would come in handy. Because I don't have one to bring logs here. But what I can do is start cutting down some trees. Yes, you can do that. Where do I want to start the whole process of putting down a field? I mean, the sooner the better. But let's make it worth our while to where the hill is. I think right here is good enough. We'll get some trees all set. That way, when the tractor comes free, which is going to take about an hour, I'll have a whole bunch of trees to drag on in. But I'm definitely going to look at that mod. I think Crystal mentioned the mod earlier. Kind of forgot about it, honestly, which is the Clean Farmer mod, I think it's called, or something like that. I think it's really meant for multiplayer, where you can activate certain things to where it deletes a lot of things at midnight. Meaning like bales and logs, which I would not want to do. The only thing I want it for, if it's an option, is stumps. But I mean, if I just keep cutting down a tree and use my lumberjack mod, I can just go ahead and get rid of the trees that way. Yeah, a little hilly there, so let's not encroach into there. So at most, hopefully this field will be ready by next season. So maybe do 2 fields of corn. We will need a silo because we got to have a place for the corn and the wheat. But with 2 sawmills going and all the other productions that we got currently going, I think we'll be doing okay. Now, I want the tree to fall the same direction, but it's kind of hard when you got a tree there because the chainsaw wants to... Oh, wait, that'll work. Farms cleanup. That was close. That was close. Is corn planted in April? I think corn is April, right? Corn, April. Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy on the sawmills. I don't want to be... Not that it was bad, but I don't want to be like on Riverview where we had 4 dairy productions. I don't need a whole bunch of sawmill stuff. I mean, it's great. It's going to make us a lot of cash by doing so. And again, I'm not here to clear cut the whole map. That's not the purpose of the map. The map is just do a little bit of forestry. I thought it'd be fun to clear cut some woods to make some forest land or some farming land. and really try out the fish production and the crawfish production. I think because we're going to zip through our first winter rather quickly. Once I get both sawmills full of wood, we can zip on through the winter months just because I don't have any animals to take care of. It'll be just the greenhouse, which should not be a problem because our water tanker can just sit right there and constantly fill it as we go through the winters. We'll probably go from like November to March in just a couple of minutes. And by that time, we should have a whole bunch of money coming on in. Wait, how are you blocked by an object? How are you blocked by an object, Courseplay? Are you still going? I think they figured it out. I think they're moving. Yeah, they're moving. Oh, it's getting messy in here. Pretty sure I'll miss this stump at some point. Just keep following them in the same direction, which I hope I am at this point, because I think I got myself turned around. Yep, that little caps lock. I thought you were just trying to get your point across. So, get that aggression out. Alright, I think that's enough trees cut for now. Until I get them cleaned out here. But this could be a long field. I don't have to really get down all the way to the other field, but at least we're starting to open up the area here a little bit. I mean, it's clustered with trees right now, but we are opening it up. And of course, what we can do, once I get these trees out of here, we can actually start creating the field and start getting a better idea of what we got. Alright, I gotta see how you block by... Probably the same tree. So 4 headlands with a 3-meter wide drill is not enough. And yes, you got another 33 minutes before you finish up this field. But you know what? The work is getting done. Yeah, so a second tractor. I mean, it's got to be a decent tractor, right? With some horsepower. So I got myself a Fendt. I just had a McCormick on the other series and a John Deere. I guess either a Deutz? A Steyr. I haven't had a Steyr. Have I used a Steyr tractor at all in 25 yet? Probably not. That can go up to a 302 horsepower engine in the Steyr. Does cost $270,000 though. How about the Voltra? I mean, I've had a Voltra before. 271 for 220. What was this one? I mean, yeah, it's $50,000 more. Any chance on small tractors we can find like a really great deal? Probably not. What does this one get up to for horsepower wise? 143. Well, that's not going to cut it. Well, I mean, I need the money to begin with, and maybe we'll have to do a little bit of the Penier stuff, which is keep your eye on the sales department and see what comes up. So you might find something like this, not this particular tractor right now, because that's, I mean, if I had 270,000, I could buy this one, but we don't need nothing that big, not yet, anyways. Could find something like that, so I'll have to wait and see how it goes. But yeah, my worker's going to be here for another half hour. I don't feel like doing that myself. So we'll have to get our second sawmill going, which we will, before we, we'll definitely get that full before we go on to November. And like I said, we'll probably get through the winter months rather quickly. I am going to, though, not really visit the house, but I just need 1,000 liters of beams, long planks, and planks. I may get those delivered here just so we can see the start of the production going. But let me go ahead and get you a bird's eye view of the map. So yeah, we're up in the northeastern corner. You can see our fields there. So yeah, we're up in the northeast. We own this whole section up here basically, almost down to the store. We do own around this pond, if you will. And yeah, I can't remember what's here. The lot number is right on top of the production. Oh, that's the Cooper. So that's where the Cooper is. Then we go to the northwestern side of the map. This is where the furniture building is that we were just looking at for 300,000. And now you can see the road. We own the road of all weird things, but we own the road. I mean, there's not much I can do with the road. And it's going to come on down here to where I do believe this is where the animal livestock market is. So what do we got down here? We got Lime Station 1, liquid manure, beehives. I kind of forgot about beehives. Yeah, animal dealer, and Lime Station. And then we come over to the southeastern part of the map. This is where the sawmill is going to be. That's on the map. And there is that. I think, actually, I don't know how much the sawmill is. Now, the reason why I didn't go with the sawmill that's here, it'll become very clear in just a moment, is it's the same layout as Riverbend. So all these wooden supports would just kind of hamper getting in here. And, yeah, it would cause kind of an issue. And how much is this? 300,000? Yeah, this is 300,000 as well. And then, of course, now if we just go up to the eastern side, we get back up to the store. Oh, the warehouse is behind the store. Okay, that's why I didn't probably notice it before. And then we're right back to where our farm currently is. And we got one of the Franks putting in the wheat. There'll be another half hour at it. Yeah, and this is where we are at currently. So we got ourselves, as you saw, the greenhouse, 2 sawmills. And, yep, we'll be working on the farmhouse. But over here will be our fishy business, if you will. So, yeah, this is where we don't have any here yet, but this is where the crawfish come out. And, yeah, we'll be putting down our fish hatchery over here in this flat area. I think it'll look pretty darn good. The one thing I don't know if they have on this map, and I can probably put it down, are the frogs. I think I'll have to put down some frogs here. But it's October. And I think that's going to cost me a little bit of money. Maybe we'll put down 1. I kind of forgot. Is that under decoration? That was under decoration. It took me a while to find it on on Riverview. I was like, why is it doing there? It's not under painting, is it? No. Not under trees. Oh, it's under plants. It's $200. We'll just throw those down, and oh, I'm down to $800. And yeah, October, so we don't hear the frogs. We will next spring, though. But yep, some crawfish going there. And yeah, our worker going here. Another 25 minutes. Seems like they're going a little bit faster than what that time scale is, or time's going by quicker than I think it is. But I think that's going to wrap it up for a day stream number 1 here on Black Forest, the last chapter. Probably let this worker get most of the work done. But tomorrow, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, right back here on Black Forest. We'll continue on. We should be done planting of the wheat, and we'll get the second sawmill filled up. We'll zip through the winter months, which means selling a lot of products. When we get to the springtime, we should have a good amount of money from both sawmills, the greenhouse, and also the crawfish. So, day number 1 done here of the fishy business. I don't know what I should call it. That's why I just put the title something fishy going on in the woods, because while we're in the woods, we're going to be doing some fish stuff. Anyways, too bad we can't really fish, but that's a different kind of game style. But yep, that's what we're going to wrap it here for today. Appreciate you joining me after taking a couple days off and getting back into the farming thing. So yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow. In case you haven't checked or noticed, an episode of Penier went out today. An episode of Farming and Supermarket Simulator went out yesterday. And of course, Tuesday was an episode of Penier. And if you're our channel member, you already have access to tomorrow's episode of Transport Fever. And also Saturday's episode is on there of Penier as well. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here for today. Appreciate everyone being here if you could. And if you want to, that thumbs up button's down there. Helps me out more than you know. Thumbs down button's there as well. You can hit that to like and leave a comment as to why. And if you're new here, and hopefully you've already done this, you might want to think about hitting that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. But yep, I'm going to head on out of here. I'm going to check on a few more mods maybe now that I kind of got a footprint going on this map, and maybe I'll get a couple more ideas. But I'm going to jump out of here, and hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. But until then, have a good one.